There is a fear that lives in the chest of every parent. The fear that whispers at night when your child is late. The fear that grips you when they walk out the door into a world you cannot control. You lie awake wondering if they are safe, if they are making good choices, if the covering over their life is strong enough to shield them from what you cannot see coming. I know this fear. I see you carry it. And I am telling you today that your children are not beyond my reach. When David stood before Goliath, his father Jesse did not know where his youngest son was. He had sent him with food for his brothers, nothing more. But while Jesse worried at home, I was positioning David for victory. What looked like danger was actually divine appointment. Your children are covered by the same power that stood with David in that valley. Psalm 91 says he will command his angels concerning them to guard them in all their ways. Not some of their ways, all of them. Even the paths you did not choose for them. You have prayed over them since before they were born. Those prayers are not empty words floating in the air. They are a spiritual fortress built around their lives, brick by brick, intercession by intercession. My children walk under heaven's protection. But what about their choices, you ask? What about their rebellion, their wandering, their closed ears to wisdom? You have spoken truth and watched them turn away. You have set boundaries and seen them crossed. And you wonder if your failure as a parent has removed God's hand from their life. Listen carefully. The prodigal son made every wrong choice available to him. He demanded his inheritance early, insulting his father. He traveled to a distant country and destroyed himself. But even in the pig pen, even at his lowest, his father's love never lifted. It waited. It watched. And when the son turned toward home, the father ran to meet him. Your love for your children is an echo of my love for them. And my love does not depend on their perfection. I am working in their lives even when you cannot see movement, even when they are silent, even when they are distant. Psalm 34 says the angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him and delivers them. Your prayers have stationed angels at every crossroad in your children's lives. They are not alone, even when they feel alone. They are not unguarded, even when they reject your guidance. Angels stand guard over my family. There is a specific terror that comes at 3 in the morning. When your child is sick and the fever will not break. When the diagnosis came back and the word cancer entered your home. When the accident happened and you are sitting in a hospital waiting room with no answers and too many fears. You feel helpless because you cannot fix this with your hands. You cannot take their pain into your own body, though you would if you could. And the weight of that powerlessness is crushing you. But you are not powerless. You have access to the one who holds their life in his hands. When the disciples saw Jesus asleep in the boat while the storm raged, they thought he did not care. They woke him in panic. And he stood and spoke 3 words to the wind and the waves. Peace, be still. And everything obeyed. That same authority is available to you right now. Not because you are perfect, but because you belong to him. You can stand in your living room, in that hospital corridor, beside that bed, and you can speak my word over your child's body and future with absolute confidence that I am listening. Psalm 91 declares no plague will come near your dwelling. Your home is not just walls and a roof. Your home is anywhere your family exists. And I have placed a boundary of protection around it that hell itself cannot cross without my permission. No weapon formed against my children will prosper. Some of you are afraid of what you cannot see. You feel a spiritual heaviness over your child that you cannot name. Something is pulling at them, influencing them, leading them into darkness, and you do not know how to fight what you cannot touch. Understand this. When Moses stood at the burning bush, God did not ask him if he felt qualified. He told him, "I will be with you." And that presence was enough to bring a nation out of bondage. You have that same presence in your home. You are not fighting alone. When you pray over your children, you are not hoping your words reach heaven. You are releasing heaven's authority into the atmosphere around them. The enemy wants you to believe you have no authority. He wants you to feel like a helpless bystander watching your children be devoured. But that is a lie designed to silence you. You are not powerless. You are a son, a daughter of the Most High God, and when you speak His word over your family, demons tremble and assignments are canceled. Psalm 121 says, "Your help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. While you sleep tonight exhausted from worry, He is wide awake standing guard over every single person you love." My family rests under the shadow of the Almighty. You worry about their future. Will they find the right partner? Will they make wise decisions? Will they walk away from the faith you worked so hard to instill in them? You see the culture they are growing up in, and you feel terrified that your voice will be drowned out by 1,000 other voices, pulling them in every direction except mine. Joseph's brothers threw him in a pit and sold him into slavery. He was falsely accused, imprisoned, forgotten. But none of that stopped the plan I had for his life. What man meant for evil, I turned into the salvation of a nation. Your children's story is not finished. What looks like a detour may be divine redirection. What feels like failure may be the breaking that leads to breakthrough. Trust me with the process, even when the process does not make sense to you. I know the plans I have for them. Plans to prosper them and not to harm them. Plans to give them hope and a future. And nothing they do, no mistake they make, no rebellion they choose, can overwrite what I have written over their lives before the foundation of the world. God's plan for my children cannot be stopped. There are nights you cry in secret because you feel like you have failed them. You replay every harsh word, every moment you were too tired, too distracted, too human. You compare yourself to other parents and you come up short every time. And the guilt is suffocating. Stop. Peter walked on water until he looked at the waves and started to sink. Jesus did not let him drown. He reached out immediately and caught him. And he said, "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" I am not asking you to be a perfect parent. I am asking you to trust a perfect father. Your children do not need you to have all the answers. They need you to point them to the one who does. You have done more than you realize. Every prayer you prayed when they were sleeping, every time you chose patience when you wanted to rage, every moment you covered them when they did not even know you were interceding, all of it matters. None of it was wasted. I see it all, and I am honoring every single seed of faith you planted in their lives. I have been faithful and God is faithful. Perhaps your greatest fear is that they will walk away from me entirely, that they will reject everything you taught them and choose a path that leads to destruction. You see the signs already, the coldness, the questions that sound more like accusations, the absence where there used to be hunger for my word. The bent-over woman had been crippled for 18 years. 18 years of pain, of limitation, of wondering if she had been forgotten. And then one Sabbath, Jesus saw her in the synagogue and called her forward. He said, "Woman, you are set free from your infirmity." And immediately she straightened up and glorified God. I see your child. I see the bondage they are in, even if they do not see it themselves. And there is coming a moment, a divine interruption, when I will call them forward and break every chain that has kept them bent over in darkness. Your job is not to force that moment. Your job is to keep praying, keep believing, keep standing in the gap until heaven moves. Psalm 46 says God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. He is present in your trouble right now. Not distant, not disinterested, not waiting for you to earn His involvement. He is already involved, already moving, already working all things together for good. My children will return to the Lord. Some of you are exhausted. You have been fighting this battle so long you do not remember what peace feels like. Every phone call makes your heart race. Every silence feels like a threat. And you are running on empty, wondering how much longer you can sustain this level of vigilance. Jonah ran from my call and ended up in the belly of a fish. But even there, even in the worst possible place he could imagine, my mercy followed him. The fish did not digest him. It delivered him exactly where he needed to be. You feel like you are in the belly of the fish right now, swallowed by circumstances you cannot control, surrounded by darkness, unsure if you will ever see dry land again. But I am using this pressure to reposition you and your family for what comes next. Do not despise the process. Trust the purpose. Psalm 91 promises that I will cover you with my feathers, and under my wings you will find refuge. That is not just poetic language. That is a promise of intimate, personal, protective presence. Like a mother bird who spreads her wings over her young when danger approaches, I am covering you and your children right now with a protection that cannot be breached. We are hidden in the secret place of the Most High. You need to hear this. Your children are going to be okay. Not because you are strong enough to make them okay, but because I am faithful enough to finish what I started in their lives. When Lazarus died, his sisters sent word to Jesus saying, "Lord, the one you love is sick." But Jesus delayed his coming. He waited until Lazarus had been dead 4 days. And when he finally arrived, Martha said, "If you had been here, my brother would not have died." But Jesus was not late. He was right on time for a greater miracle. If he had come earlier, he would have healed a sick man. But because he waited, he raised a dead man, and everyone who witnessed it believed. What feels like delay in your children's lives is not abandonment. I am setting the stage for a testimony that will bring glory to my name and strength to your family for generations. Do not lose hope in the waiting. The waiting is part of the miracle. God is working all things for our good. Tonight, when you go to bed, I want you to do something. I want you to release the weight. Stop carrying what I never asked you to carry. Your children belong to me before they belong to you. I loved them first. I formed them in the womb. I numbered their days before one of them came to be. In the upper room, the disciples were terrified after my crucifixion. They locked the doors in fear. And then I appeared in the middle of them and said, "Peace be with you." I did not scold them for their fear. I gave them peace in the middle of it. I am standing in the middle of your fear right now saying the same thing. Peace. Be still and know that I am God. Your children are not too far gone. The situation is not too broken. The enemy has not won. I am the God who makes a way where there is no way. I am the God who calls things that are not as though they are. And I am calling your children back to me, back to safety, back to purpose, back to the destiny I planned for them before time began. Peace guards my heart and my home. So sleep tonight. Not the sleep of exhaustion, but the sleep of trust. Psalm 4 says, "In peace I will lie down and sleep. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety." That is a choice you can make right now. You can choose to dwell in safety instead of fear. Abraham took Isaac up the mountain, not knowing how God would provide, but trusting that he would. And at the last possible moment, God provided a ram in the thicket. He will provide for your family too. He will make a way. He will intervene. He will move heaven and earth if necessary to keep his promises to you and to the children you have lifted up to him in prayer. So rest. Let me carry what you cannot. Let me fight what you cannot defeat. Let me guard what you cannot see. I am the Lord your God who goes before you, who stands behind you, who surrounds you on every side. And I am telling you today, your children are mine, and I do not lose what belongs to me. My children are sealed by the blood of Jesus. Go in peace. Walk in authority. Stand in faith. And watch me do what only I can do in the lives of the ones you love most. They are not lost. They are found in me.